Hey guys, so I have Jake Mackenzie here. Jake is kind of famous for having a world-class half guard game. And as I don't play a lot of half guard, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to have him go on here and give you guys kind of an overview of the basics. So even if you like open guard, which obviously I play a lot of open guard, sometimes the guy's gonna trap your leg and get you stuck in a tough position to get out of. So having a strong deep half game and half game can really not only attack, but give you a second chance at your open guard.
But like a couple basic attacking positions, I'll just go over some of the different concepts. So one thing that's really important is if you just lift this leg up here, John, this is kind of where I want to attack from. And it seems like a really weird spot because the thing is when's the guy ever going to do this? But the thing is, if John goes on the ground, a lot of times if the person is locked in the half guard, what's going to happen is they're going to have to stand this leg up first anyway, because I'm never going to do this, you know, because he's going to be able to tip me into this corner, get underneath me, etc. So like some of the schools of thought that I might do to try to like beat the half guard if I can't underhook him, if I'm going to knee cut, I'm probably going to lift this leg up to settle into my knee cut. If I'm going to backstep or go to the saddle, whether it's gi or no gi, I'm probably going to have to lift this up and go to here. Same thing if I'm going to disengage. So that's something that I'm going to be looking for. This is really going to open up attacks for like knee twist and deep half guard, which are my two favorite attacking series. If I'm looking for the knee twist, it's really important that I scissor my legs and I want to think about my stomach being like flush with the ground. So when I'm here, look, as I drop here, I want to like chop here. And I want to have this good pressure, almost like a ball and chain on his leg. Very important too, do you see how I keep this leg nice and like perpendicular to the ceiling? It's really important because now I have a really quick little pass off I can do. I'm obviously going to be really tight. I'm going to try to be ideally double underhook. So I'm going to be here and here. I'm going to switch and then I engage my hips. From here, you're going to get into all of your dogfight attacks. One thing that I'd say is really important is really establishing a good grip with your left hand. So like the deeper you can get, the better. Ideally, where I try to put the fingers is like in this little loop right here, because I can really glue my shoulder to them, and it makes it easier for me to be more versatile in the position. If John puts a whizzer on me here, another thing that I think is really important is a lot of jiu-jitsu people try to like wrestle up with the pants. If you get somebody that's a really good wrestler, that's going to be really, really hard to do, you know? So if he keeps like a nice wide base here with his legs and really like hunkers down on that whizzer, you know, and I keep this knee on the ground here, that's okay. So I'll try to do this little pass off. This is very strong because the biggest thing is if we get up into that dog fight, if he has this base leg to lean into me a lot of times, it's going to be very hard. So it gives me a huge advantage, you know, when I can like open his leg up a little bit, belly down, and then making sure that my leg comes up and swings into this space, you know? So I'd say if you want to start to play that knee twist, ideally some of those details are going to be really, really effective, you know? Making sure you go belly down and then making sure that you trap that leg and then I can swing up. So I'm looking for John to have this leg up initially. Here, don't hug onto this really tight. This is another thing. People will think they have to anchor their hand on something. They're like belt, lapel, my lapel. It's going to kill the rotation of my hips. So I don't want to do that. So I want to kind of be nice and loose, and just like as I drop into this space here, look, I'm just chopping, and now look, I drop my knee like on the back of his knee hinge, and I rotate my stomach down towards the floor, okay? He's probably gonna open his base up and put a whizzer on me. As he does that, remember, I need to keep good connection with my shoulder, have my arm here. Now look, I'll try to pass this foot off, catch. If there's enough space here, I don't have to do anything with his legs. Sometimes if it's a little like tight, I'll push his knee out a little bit. Now I'm raising my hand like I'm lifting my hand in class, extending my right leg, going belly down, crowding, and coming in. I'll show one last thing, which is really important because you're going to deal with the knee cut a lot. It's just going to be a position that you're going to have a lot of like savviness you're going to encounter all the time playing half guard. And he's settled into a good knee cut. A lot of people say, oh, I just need to try to bump him forward. Well, the thing is if John has a hold of my collar here with this hand, he's got his butt settled down here, and I'm in this spot here. If I try to bump John over this way, he's going to plant this hand on the ground here. Yep, you can post his hand on the ground for a second. And it hasn't changed anything. He's got great base in this corner. I haven't exposed his back at all. I used energy, I wasted a movement. He's gonna come back and we're gonna be back in the same position where he's gonna be able to reset and attack me with something different. So if you're trying to get the guy's hands on the ground so that you can force the knee twist, the deep half guard, the reverse half guard, a little drill that you can do too is think about bumping him over this side instead. So don't be so worried about opening your legs up. I try to keep like my quad like right across the back of his butt, and then look, I'm gonna try to bump him over in this corner so he'll let go of the lapel and post his hand. Now this gives me access to everything that I need. I can easily go to the knee twist, I can easily swing in, open this up, and go to the reverse half guard.